Shalom. Welcome to GMS Gals on the Streets. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakad, Kwadash, whom I worship. Double honor to the elder apostles, great millstone, taught me his word in sincerity and in truth, and who rule well. Salutations to all the Akim, both affiliated and not affiliated with GMS, but speak in the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, like GMS. Salutations to you, brothers, and keep pushing on. So this is just a continuation of the parables of the kingdom of heaven and what is compared to. The parables that Yahweh Shai was speaking of, okay? And so we're just going to continue this. Okay, so this is Matthew, the 13th chapter and the 31st verse. And it reads, "Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like to a grain of mustard seed, which a man took," and I believe in Luke, when this same parable here, it explained that that mustard seed, out of all the seeds, is the smallest. But when the tree grows, it becomes like one of the out of these seeds, one of the biggest trees to grow. You know. So this is similar to our faith in Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And the seed is the word of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, okay? That it's sown in our minds, and then by watering it, which means by studying this word here, continually doing the work, you know, continually studying and staying on top of the prophecies that are contained in the scriptures, that seed begins to grow into a beautiful tree, all right, and bears its fruit, you know, which is the mustard seed, right, which is your faith. It says the kingdom of heaven is like to a grain of mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field, which indeed is the least of all seeds. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry, I jumped the gun. It explains it right here on the 32nd verse. Which indeed is the least of all seeds, but when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs. Right, amongst the herbs. Okay, when it grows, it's the greatest. Okay, so that's our faith. All right, and that's the word in us, and it grows as you water it and you tend to it and you take care of it. It grows. That's our faith, right? How do you do that? By studying the word, teaching the word, prophesying, right? The prophecies contained in this book, and continually doing the work, right? Out there in the highways and byways, teaching, having sit downs, you know, and constantly being on fire for this work. And that's how it'll grow within you. But if you don't tend to it, if you don't take care of that seed and water it, it will not grow. It will die. All right? Which indeed is the least of all seeds, but when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and becometh a tree, so that the birds of the air come and lodge in the branches thereof. Okay, so that's talking about your faith. So I have a couple of scriptures. This is the book of Ephesians, the 3rd chapter and the 13th verse. And this is Paul writing to the Israelites of Ephesus, right? It says, "Wherefore I desire that ye faint not." This is important, brothers, as we are approaching more and more the end of this world and the beginning of ours, right? The coming of our Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. "Wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulations for you, which is your glory, For this cause I bow my knees unto the Father of our Lord Yahweh Shai, which is Yahweh, of whom the whole family in heaven and earth is named, that he would grant you according to the riches of his glory to be strengthened, and that's what you're supposed to be praying for, right? With might by his spirit in the inner man. It's the inner man, man, not the outer man. It's the inner man. That seed, that mustard seed is talking about the word, right? To build up your spirit, which is the inner man with faith and strength, right? That Yahweh Shai may dwell in your hearts, which is your minds, lab in Hebrew, by faith, that ye being rooted, what the roots came from a seed first, right? It was watered, it was tended to, it grew roots, and then ultimately became a tree. Being rooted and grounded in love. Where do you put a seed at? In the ground. This seed, our ground, the ground within us is our minds, right? Being rooted and grounded in love. Constantly studying the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, constantly teaching brothers, you know, that's being grounded, man, and rooted. Staying with the doctrine that you were taught by the elder apostles and elders and teachers, man, right? Not changing it, not establishing your own righteousness, right? That's being rooted and grounded in love, may be able to comprehend with all saints what is the breadth and length and depth and height, and to know the love of Yahweh Shai, which is the gospel, which is the word and the understanding, right? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rakak Wadash, and to know the love of Yahweh Shai, which passeth knowledge, that ye might be filled with all the fullness of Yahweh. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. Unto him be glory in the church of Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rakak Wadash, throughout all ages, world without end. Amen. All right, and that world is our world. All right, the world of Yasher Allah. All right, beginning with the elect. And with that, this is just another addition to these parables dealing with the kingdom of heaven. All right, and Lord willing, I'll be back to do another one. So with that, Elder Sakaran, GMS New York Camp, signing off. Shalom.